Yeah. Good evening to all. Am I audible? Can anyone respond? Saurav?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, so we were actually discussing about the important portion in the silviculture. Okay. So these slides are visible now. The empty slides visible now. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there is a small correction. Uh, Small correction as well as not correction actually, since there is a I need to update the notes of the silviculture. Okay, so I need to update the silviculture notes, especially after the biotic factor. So we have covered the biotic factor, so we entered into the climatic factor. Okay, there are I think 3 to 4 chapters are left. One is climatic factor, as well as a topographic factor, adaptive factor, and also some of the uh, like uh, like what is called artificial regeneration. Okay, and those things now, that what are the remaining portion of the silviculture now, I need to update that notes. So once I update now, we will take the that remaining portion of the silviculture in coming days. Okay, so for out of 100% now in the silviculture, so we have covered almost 60 to 65% of the silviculture, and remaining now we will going to take up in the coming class. Okay, so, because I need to update the notes, because there are actually some of the portion which is left when we were preparing in the last year, no? So some of the portion which was left, that's what actually I need to update by referring the 2 to 3 books. So now actually we will going to start another subject that is actually one of the very important subject, that is actually ecology and environment. Okay. So don't mind, okay, we will going to complete the silviculture also in the upcoming class. No need to worry. But actually, I need to update the notes. So now we will going to begin the ecology and the environment portion. Okay, in this subject also, it will going to cover the at least minimum of 8 to 10 questions. So in the 8 to 10 questions, no, there are at least 4 questions from the basic portion, like what is sin ecology, what is art ecology, what is the like food pyramid, which pyramid will be always upright, and that is a basic portion that will be of around 4 to 5 questions, and remaining 4 to 5 questions no, will be from the generally from the acts and policies. Okay, there are two parts in the ecology and environment. One is basic ecology, and ecology related to the acts, policies, some of the conferences. Okay, so in this class, actually, we will going to take up this second part, that is actually the acts and the policies. So environmental acts and the policy. Okay, this is also as I mentioned earlier, 4 to 5 questions will come, and the basic ecology, that's in the ecology that will be going to take up in the completion of the environment action protocol. Okay, in this actually in this portion actually, what you need to remember from the point of examination is that you need to remember the year, particular year they will going to ask. For example, the Ramsar convention was held in which year? Okay, or Stockholm convention was held in which year? Or for example, the Rio D, what is the main agenda of the, what was the main agenda of the Rio D conference? Okay, what is the main agenda of the Kyoto Protocol, or when the Montreal Protocol was held? Okay, that is a thing they will going to ask you in the exam. Okay, so now what we will going to do? We will going to take up from 1971, because actually there is one of the one of the important year where actually we have given the more importance to the uh, conservation of ecology and all those things. So we will going to take up the from 1971 to till now. Okay, whatever the development which happened, no, just like your like what we have covered in the forest plan, similar to like we will going to cover the portions related to the environmental portion. Okay, that's the one thing. We will going to begin our session. Okay. Yeah. So the first and very important in the 1971 is the Ramsar Convention. Okay. The Rams in the exam, no, the question will be very direct in nature. The Ramsar Convention is related to which of the following things? Okay. As I mentioned earlier, the Ramsar, no, that was actually held in the year the 1971. Please remember 1971. and the day 2nd February. Okay, that actually mainly deal with the wetland conservation. Okay, so wherever I am marking now, please have a look on that one. Okay, so that will look upon the wetland conservation as well as its sustainable use of the wetlands. Okay, so it was held at the place called as the Ramsar. It is located at the Iran. That's what it is called as a Ramsar Convention. It focused mainly on the wetlands. And also it was actually held on 2nd February. So we need to 1971. So in order, just a minute. We need to we in order to remember the Ramsar Convention in the 1971 on 2nd February. No, we used to celebrate the every 2nd February as a the World Wetland Day. Okay, please remember, it's very important. And in the exam, no, generally they are going to ask you the when it will go to celebrate the World Wetland Day, or they may, if they go deeper, no, they may going to ask you the, so what was the theme of the World Wetland Day 2023 or 2022 or all this. Okay, generally they are going to ask you the present year on. Okay, this is the one thing you need to remember. So 2nd February each year is regarded as a or celebrated as a the World Wetland Day. Okay, that's the one thing you need to remember. And also the center, okay, the main philosophy of the Ramsar Convention is the wise use of wetlands. So we need to use the wetlands in a very wise manner, in a sustainable manner, in a conservative mode. We have to use the convention. So please remember, it's actually one of the very important slide. Okay, so in that actually there are one very important point is that the Montrix record. Aita? So Montrix record ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it's actually one of the question in the UPSC. Just a minute. Yeah. So that was actually question in the UPSC. So what actually the Montrix record says? Okay. Yeah. So the Montrix record, no, as so it actually says about the, so what any, suppose for example any wetland. So for example, just a minute, I am going to give an example. Yeah. So if we observe the this slide, okay, Chilka Lake. Okay, the Chilka Lake, no, it is located in the Odisha. Okay, so it is located in the Odisha. So it was actually declared as a Ramsar site in the year 1981. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಸೊ 1981 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ರಾಮ್ಸಾರ್ ಲೇಕ್ ಅಂತ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸೆವರಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಫಿಶಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಕ್ರೋಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಥ್ರೆಟ್. ಆ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರಪ್ಪ ನಾವು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಎ ದ Montrix record ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಬಹಳ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. The Montrix record, if there is a threat from the any like human activity, no, that the site will be regarded as a that point that wetland that will be regarded as the Montrix record. It will be recorded under the Montrix record. So that's what, no, because of the Chilka Lake development activities, they have brought this under the Montrix record in the year 1993. Okay. So ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ they gave the higher importance for the conservation and rehabilitation. So after then there is a like ecosystem rehabilitate ಆಯ್ತು ಆದಾಗ, so they have removed it from the Montrix record in the year 2002. Please remember, it's such one of the successful story. Okay, so it was designated as a Montrix record. It was designated as a Ramsar site in the year 1981, and because of the some developmental activities, it was actually under threat. That's what they brought it under the Montrix record in the year 1983. So and also with several efforts from the like local community as well as from the government, so they have removed. They could able to rehabilitate that area. So that's what ultimately they have removed it from the Montrix record in the year 2002. Okay, so that was actually that is actually simple meaning of the Montrix record. Here you can see just very simple. You can see here the Montrix record is a register of the wetland on the list of the wetland of international importance where changes in the this is very important, where changes in the ecological character, okay, character have occurred or occurring or likely to occur, okay, as a result of the technological developments. Either it may be like a industrialization, or it may be power plant, or whatever it may be, okay, technological developments or pollution or any other human intervention. Okay, if there is a threat from these factors, no, that wetland will be listed as a, that will be recorded in a Montrix record. Okay, please remember, this was a question in the UPSC, I think in the year 2014 or 15. Okay, so that's one thing. So in the year, no, like in the Chilka Lake is actually one of the prominent example for the bringing the Chilka Lake on a Montrix record, and also because of the rehabilitation, they have removed it from the Montrix record. Okay, so that's one thing. So in India, okay, so in India there are two more slides, two more lakes. Okay, like one is a Keladeo National Park, which is located in the Rajasthan, and the Loktak Lake. Okay, Loktak Lake, which is located in the Manipur. Okay, these two right now they're under the Montrix record. Okay, because of the threat, especially from the technological development ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ like either it may be human activities or it may be pollution ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಈ present ಆಗಿ we have two lake which are listed on the Montrix record. If we bring the like rehabilitation and all this, we could able to remove it from the Montrix record. Okay, please remember these two. Okay, and also the successful example for the like successful example of the Chilka Lake. Okay, so that is the one thing you can see here. The first Chilka Lake was placed in the record, but later it was removed due to its successful restoration of the site. Okay, so that is the thing you need to remember under the Ramsar Convention. Okay, so this was actually one of the successful, and please remember it is located at the Odisha. Okay, so that is actually we have Montrix ಯಾವುದು Ramsar Convention. Okay, apart from this one, I don't think they are going to ask you this one, but please try to remember the like World Wetland Day 2023. No, please remember, please read the that what is called as theme of the World Wetland Day. Okay, anyhow, I'm going to update at the last. Okay, all the like World Forestry Day, World Environmental Day, and also, but you can. Yeah, next second is in the now we have covered the 1971. We are moving to the 1972. Okay, in the 1972, what happened? So there was actually conference called as the United Nations Conference on Human Environment. Okay, so it was actually it was successful. It was one of the first international effort to protect the like our environment and everything. Okay, so first declaration of the international protection on the environment and all this, and it was held at a place called as Stockholm. Okay, that's what it is called as the Stockholm Conference between in the June 5 to June 16th 1972 it was held. Okay, so that's what this was related to the environment aspect. Okay, so that's what in order to remember that conference, no, we used to celebrate June 5th as the World Wetland Day. Okay, please remember it was held, it was started from June and it was ended in the year, it was ended on June 16th. In order to remember that as we used to celebrate the World Environmental Day every year. Okay, and in from India, no, our late Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was attended that one, and it was actually one of the successful program. So based upon this one, in order to implement the like environmental aspect and everything, so they have created a one organization or you can say one body called as a UNEP, United Nations Environmental Program. Okay, please remember they are going to ask you in your exam. Okay, so UNEP was created after which conference or it is a result of which conference and all those things. Okay, so it's very very important. They are going to ask you the year as well as the like World Environmental Day, or they may going to ask you the place where it was held. Okay, so if you observe the UNEP, okay, United Nations Environmental Program, it was founded in the year 1972. Okay, after the Stockholm, as a result of the Stockholm Conference. Okay, that's all actually related to your Stockholm Conference. Right? ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So next actually we are moving to the 1975. ಆಯ್ತಾ? So in the 1975, in order to boost the environmental education ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, awareness ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, so there was actually one, you can say one program that was called as the International Environmental Education Program. Okay, so that was actually for the 2 decades, from 2 decades ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು from 1975 to 1995. Okay, for the 2 decades in order to promote the education and especially related to the environment and everything. So UNESCO as well as the UNEP, both these organizations, they have started their own program called as IEP, International Environmental Education Program, to mobilize the people related to the education and as well as the environmental awareness and workshop and all those. Okay, so there is a chance to ask the which organization they have established this one, and there's a chance to ask the year. Okay, that's the one thing you need to remember. So after 1975, so again we are like in the there was a convention called as CITES. Okay, so please remember they're going to ask you the what is the expansion of this one. Okay, the Convention on International Trade in the Endangered Species of Wild Flora as well as the Wild Fauna. Okay, wild flora and the flora and fauna. Okay, there's a chance to ask the expansion, and it was held at the Washington. That's what it's called as a Washington Convention. Okay, and it was a multilateral party where many organization, different stakeholders, they have participated in this one. It's a multilateral treaty to protect the endangered species, flora as well as the fauna. Okay, so that actually it was held in the year 1972, and it actually after signing of each and from all the government and everything, it actually came into force in the year 1st July 1975. Okay, they're not going to ask the July 1st and also they'll straight away they're going to ask the 1975 when it actually it came into force, and it was actually the open for signature. Okay, the convention was held in the year 1973. Okay, and it focused mainly on to protect the international like illegal trade and everything. Okay, so the main east agenda is that one. Okay, that's the one thing they're going to ask you from the sites. Okay, so after this one, there is actually another convention that is in the 1975 admele. So there was no much bigger. Okay, 1918 ಅಲ್ಲಿ related to India ಬಂತು like Forest Conservation Act ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ. After this one, there was no much significant environmental acts. Okay, so now we are moving to the 1985. Okay, so 1985 ಏನಾತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so in order to protect the ozone, okay, there was a convention called the Vienna Convention. Okay, for the protection of the ozone in the year 1975. Okay, you can see here, so they in order to reduce the ozone layer depletion. Okay, so please remember the ozone layer, no. So ozone layer, for example, there is a layer in the atmosphere. This is a troposphere, this is a stratosphere, like ionosphere, like this. Okay, the ozone, no, it is located at the like stratosphere. Okay, it is located, and it is actually a main covering agents which actually protects us from the UV radiation. Okay, so when we use the like chlorofluorocarbons and whatever foams in which we are using the from that actually the chlorofluorocarbons are releases. Okay, so that will going to damage the ozone. So that's what now when there's a damage and like this, there is a causes of cancer and everything, skin cancer and everything. So that's what the United Nations through the Vienna Convention they recognize the importance of the curbing, or you can say reducing the damage of the ozone layer. Okay, that's the one thing. So here they straight away they're going to ask you the Vienna Convention is related to what? Okay, in the year 90s. Okay, after this one, so there was actually the one protocol. Okay, make it as a significant, or you can say legally binding. So there is a protocol called as a Montreal Protocol. Please remember, it's one of the very important question. In Montreal, it is a place located in the Canada. Okay, so it was actually signed in the year 1987 to reduce the can say ozone depleting substance, that is called as ODS, ozone depleting substance. Okay, which are all the ozone depleting substances? Like chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, so bromine carbons and everything. Okay, and apart from this, there are actually like methyl bromide is there, halogens is there. These are all actually, but main thing is actually the chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, so these are all actually users from when we use the like coolant and all those things. Okay, yeah. So this conference, no, it was actually held on September 16th. Okay, so that's what in order to remember that day as a remember that Montreal Protocol, no, we used to celebrate the International Day for Preservation of the Ozone Layer. It is celebrated on September 16th every year. Okay, to commemorate the signing of the Montreal Protocol. Okay, and this Montreal Protocol, no, it actually came into force in the year 1989. Okay, they're not going to ask you this one, but straight away they're going to ask you this one, and they may going to ask you the September 16th, or they may going to ask you the ozone depleting substance. Okay, these are three important points you need to remember. Okay, Montreal Protocol. So after this one, they have established the Montreal fund, multilateral fund and established ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. That's not the important for you. The fund to mobilize this one to conduct research and everything. That's not important. And in India, no, the Montreal Protocol, the issues related to the ozone and everything that will be taken care by the Ministry of Environment and Forest. Ministry of Environment, Forest and the Climate Change, and it's a legally binding. All the countries like India, Pakistan, China, whoever the countries, they have to obey the rules and regulations of the Montreal Protocol. Okay, so after this one, there was actually after 30 years. Okay, from 1987 to I think in the year 2016. So they assessed the performance of the Montreal Protocol. Okay, so there was actually significant improvement in the ozone layer. Okay, so in the year, what they did now, so they like in the year 2016, they made the amendment to the Montreal Protocol. Okay, so in that amendment, they what they said that it's actually held at the Kigali. It's a place at the Rwanda country. Okay, Rwanda, where it was actually held in the year 2016. So 2016 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ, they made the amendment to the Montreal Protocol saying that so we need to reduce the use of the like hydrofluorocarbons. Okay, earlier they took the step to reduce the fluorofluorocarbons. Now in the through Kigali amendment they had took the to reduce the hydrofluorocarbons. Okay, they were also the higher we can say ozone depleting substance. Okay, that is a major amendment which was made in the year 2016. Please remember, it's very, very important. Okay. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಇದೆ just Kigali amendment, just called the Kigali amendment. It's a place called at the Rwanda country. Okay. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ they have made the like three countries. One first countries, second countries, and third countries based upon their development. Okay. And here now they have listed the developed countries like USA, Japan, and all those things. Developing countries like China and all those things. Apart from the third category, in India is actually located the third category. Right? So third category, they have given the like what they have given the deadline is it. So we need to like our baseline. Baseline is actually the day means that particular year where actually we have like how much we have we are releasing the hydrofluorocarbons. Okay. So in that actually we have to reduce the 85% of the what we are using in the 2024. Okay, so 80%, 85% of this one we have to reduce by the 2047. Please remember, so this is actually the like developing countries, like this third country. This is for the India third. Okay, for example, if you take the like Japan, okay, it is located the category first. Okay, so the for them now the baseline is 2011 and they have to reduce the 85% of the hydrofluoric releases, okay, by 2036. Okay, so these were all the some kind of a like strategy they have used to reduce the hydrofluorocarbons. Okay, so this is the one thing you need to remember. They may going to ask you the like is this year. Okay, India have to reduce the 85% by which year and all those things. And in most of the cases, they will go to straight away. They will going to ask you the Kigali amendment related to the what. Okay, that is actually to reduce the hydrofluorocarbons. Okay, that's the one thing you need to remember. Okay, so now we will going to solve the one or two questions which actually came in the UGC exam. Okay, yeah. So in which country? Okay, the recent just a minute. In which country the recent international agreement on phasing out of the HFCs hydrofluorocarbons was signed? Okay, as we know that it's actually held at the Kigali at the in the Rwanda country. Okay, so the answer is A here. Okay, the one is answer. That's very, very important. You need to remember. So next is actually this was also question in the UGC exam. Okay, so Montreal Protocol aims at reduction of the emission of the greenhouse gases. This was the first option. It's actually related to the Kyoto Protocol. Okay, Kyoto Protocol, it was actually held in the year 1997. Okay, that's the one thing you need to remember. And second option is phasing out of ozone depletion. Okay, so the Montreal Protocol actually deals with the phasing out of the ozone depleting substances, which was held in the year 1987. Okay, so that is the one thing you need to remember from the point of this one Montreal Protocol and everything. Okay, so the answer is 2 here. Okay, so now we are moving to the like one important act in India. So that is actually related to the Environmental Protection Act. Okay, so I don't think you will going to get the question from this portion. Okay, because actually they'll mainly focus upon the environment aspect and everything. So okay, so our main intention of this pact actually for the protection as well as for the improvement of the environment and everything. Okay, so this act actually this was no, please remember they're going to ask you the year. Okay, they may going to ask you the chronological order like Air Act, Forest Act, Forest Conservation Act, Environmental Conservation Act, Protection Act, okay, Rio Summit and all those things. You try to remember this act. Okay, and this act actually empowers the central government to establish the authorities like Central Pollution Control Board, okay, state pollution. These are actually that gives the power to the central government. Okay, and it's actually one of the comprehensive legislation, and these are basic points. I don't think you will going to get the question from like in detail form. Okay, straight away they will going to ask you the question from year and all those things. Okay, and this is actually one more point is actually the EIA. Okay, environmental impact assessment. Okay, if you want to build any like any construction, or if you want to build any dam in any particular forest or in a especially in the forest, you need to go for the environmental impact assessment. Okay, so what is the like damage it will going to cause? What is the benefits? What are the like negative impact benefits? Okay, which are the stakeholders which will going to negatively affected? Which are all how much benefits is there? Everything actually you need to go and evaluate. Okay, that is actually the environmental impact assessment. Okay, it also includes the how much forest will going to lose. Okay, and how much you can say wildlife will, especially the wild animals will going to have the like displaced, or you can say it will going they will going to like the habitat will going to lose, and how much tribal people will going to uh, affected. Everything actually that will be recorded in the environmental impact assessment. Okay, so here there are steps is there, screening, assessment and everything. This is not at all important from the point of JRF. Okay, just remember the EIA, environmental assessment impact assessment, is mentioned in the in the Environmental Protection Act. Okay, so that's the one thing you need to remember. So next is actually the next another very important convention called as the Basel Convention. Right? So Basel Convention, it was actually in the year 1989. Okay, they will not going to ask you the this date, this date. Okay, they will not going to ask this one, but straight away they will going to ask you the year. Okay, this act, this convention, that is actually mainly focus upon the like movement, preventing the movement of the hazardous waste. Okay, which are all the hazardous waste? Here you can see the clinical waste. Okay, for example, if you see here right side, no, the clinical waste, for example, syringes, okay, whatever you are using, no, how to dispose that one. And in some of the cases, no, what used to happen, no, some of the developed countries, no, they used to dump these things on the in the on the land of the developing countries. Okay, so this convention, no, this will going to prevent those you can say deposition, or you can say dumping of these transboundary movement of the like hazardous waste, especially the clinical waste, mining waste, okay, industrial waste, agriculture waste, anything, okay, bottles, e-waste, everything actually it will going to prevent. Okay, so that is the main agenda of the this act. Okay, you can see here, for example, if you see here, it is an international treaty that was actually designed to reduce the movement of the hazardous waste between the nation, especially specifically to prevent the transfer of hazardous waste from the developed countries to less developed countries or underdeveloped countries. Okay, so you need to that the act is actually focus upon the to check the hazardous waste. Okay, the convention. Okay, so but this convention, it will not going to address the movement of the radioactive waste like uranium, and also it will not going to address, but it will going to address the some basic like clinical, industrial, agriculture, e-waste and everything. Okay, so that's the thing you need to remember. Okay, so the main agenda of the Basel Convention you need to remember, and also the particular year you need to remember. Okay, so that's actually we have covered. Now we are moving to the 1992. Okay, so in the 1992, no, there was actually one very one of the very important convention that's called as the Earth Conference, or you can say Earth Summit, Rio Summit, or Rio Conference. There are different nomenclature based upon the place or since global we can take. Okay, so why it is called a Rio Summit? It was held at the Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Okay, so that's what it's called a Rio Summit or Rio Conference and everything. Okay, and it was held in the year 1992. Okay, so that is the one thing. And this one, no, there was actually they created a one body on setup called on organization called as a United Nation Framework Convention on Climate Change. Okay, please remember Convention on Climate Change. Okay, so they will going to focus on the they will going to give the like expansion of the UNFCCC. Okay, that's the one thing you need to remember. And there was actually create there are two bodies. One is actually UNFCCC, and another is actually related to the conservation aspect. Okay, and this was actually came into force UNFCC after signing of from the all the countries. No, that came into force on the March 21st. Okay, that was ratified by the 180 countries. It was actually the I think probably this was actually the when it came into force, no, that we used to celebrate the this. I don't know exactly, That may be the reason the why we are celebrating the World Forestry Day on March 21st. Okay, so that was this UNFCCC is one of the very important organization under the Rio Summit. It was actually entered into the force on March 21st. Okay, so that's the one thing. This is actually some part of the Rio Summit. Okay, and next one is another part is the Convention on Biological Diversity. Okay, so in this one actually the importance is actually to give the efforts to the conservation of the biological diversity and everything. Okay, so this act, okay, this was actually came into force in the year 1980. So no need to remember when it came into force and everything, but you need to remember the when it was actually started. Okay, so in order to bring the convention related to the some biological rules and regulations related to the biological diversity, there was a two important conference, or you can say protocol. One is called as a Cartesian protocol and another is called a Nagoya protocol. Okay, and this is actually no later. Yeah. So here now for all this everything actually comes under your UNEP, United Nations Convention on the United Nations environmental program. Okay, this is especially CBD looked after by the UNEP. Okay, and this CBD now Convention on Biological Diversity is the secretariat like office and everything that is located in the Canada. Okay, but this will not going to come in your exam. Okay, and this convention, this whatever the CBD, it will going to focus on the three important aspects that is called conservation, sustainable use, as well as the fair and equitable sharing of the benefits. Okay, so please remember this for this one now during the last when we were discussing about the Biological Diversity Act of India. Okay, so I told you the Khani tribe story, that was actually the related to the fair and equitable sharing of the benefits. Okay, so that is actually the simple I can say basic agenda of the Convention on Biological Diversity. In this one, actually, this is also the it will focus upon the sustainable development and everything. Okay, and here now this is actually legally binding, and all the countries they have to obey the rules and regulations. So in order to promote the biological diversity and its importance and everything, we used to celebrate the International Biological Diversity Day on the March 22nd. These are all actually very important. At least now two questions will be from days. Okay, when we used to celebrate the Forestry Day, when we used to celebrate the International Biological Diversity Day and everything. Okay, and in order to in order to in a long term strategy, so they have given the 2011 to 2020. Okay, so that decade is declared United Nations General Assembly, they declared 2011 to 2020 as a United Nations decade on biodiversity for the long term planning as well as for the conservation aspects. Okay, that is the one thing you need to remember. And now as I mentioned earlier, there are two important protocol which actually made to implement the conventional biological diversity. First one is actually the Cartesian protocol. Okay, this Cartesian protocol that actually mainly focus upon the biosafety aspect. Okay, for example, if you are taking the what's called genetically engineering product. Okay, either it may be variety or it may be some any microorganisms or whatever it may be. Okay, so you are taking for that one actually suppose you are releasing from USA to India. Okay, so you need to have the thorough study practical everything you need to study before introduction of the technological development, especially that living modified organisms, like whatever your genetic engineering, especially those things, no, we need to take care of this one. Okay, you can see here it covers the in the field of biotechnology through the mainly those things. Okay, genetic engineering is a biotechnology aspect. Okay, that's the one thing. And this one, no, this was actually it was held in the year 2000. Okay, that's the one thing you need to remember. And it actually focus upon the biotechnological aspect. Okay, so here actually, yeah. So here actually we will going to stop at this point. Okay, and we will going to take up because tomorrow afternoon. Are you free in the tomorrow morning at 9:30? Huh? Can anybody from Ponampet? Soro,
No, sir. Uh,
you have class, sir.
yes, yes, sir. 9:30 to 2.
9 to 3.
9 to 12, sir.
Okay.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Can we take the class in the afternoon?
Yes, sir. That will be okay.
Okay. We're going to meet tomorrow afternoon. Okay, I'm going to share the schedule. Okay. Okay then. There I think only less than 1 minute is left. Yeah. Okay then. Thank you. Bye bye.